premise of Empire is that America right now is on the verge of civil war, and that both sides have small groups that are preparing for bloodshed. The good guys are fighting against the war, but the only way you can fight against a war is to fight in the war. It's one of those tragic contradictions. When the shooting starts, if you're unarmed, it doesn't matter what you say. You have to earn your right to speak with victory. And that's what these guys do. Reuben and his assistant, his number two man, Cole, find themselves in New York City as mechanical monsters that look like they come out of War of the Worlds, but they don't. They come out of privately funded military. Start entering the city of New York and shooting anyone in uniform. They are quite effective and are able to take over the city, whereupon their ideology is such that they claim to be the legitimate government of New York, and in fact the legitimate government of the United States, rectifying the horrible mistake that was made in the year 2000. The truth is, Empire is tied into the video game. It was Donald Mustard, the dominant game right of the Empire video game, who came up with this premise and brought me into the project.
We basically went to Scott with a very loose idea of what we thought would be really cool. But Scott does what he does best, and he took our shell of an idea and really turned it into something incredible.
I find working with Chair it's a novelist's dream. If I were adapting anybody else's computer game, I would be so frustrated because there'd be almost nothing to work with. Who would my characters be? So I'd refuse the assignment. In this case, it became a true collaboration. They were able to take things that I introduced in the book and incorporate them into the game, so that the book is shaping the game. The game has also shaped the book.
The story that Scott has created has now given us the foundation that we need to really tell this story to as many audiences as possible. It really gives us the ability to make this into an incredible comic book, into an incredible novel franchise. It allows it to be an amazing movie, and it really gives it the meat that it needs to stand as a strong video game.
This franchise is a franchise not because we're really good at exploiting things, though I hope we are. It's a franchise because the story is strong enough that it can sustain itself in many different media.
And all of that is really standing on the back of this novel that Scott's created.
In Empire, because it's going to be more than one book, we're telling the story of how we have the Civil War that leads toward the end of the Republic. We're going to have two more volumes that show what happens when Octavian becomes Augustus, and how you get rid of the emperor and restore real democracy. Something that Rome was not able to do. Something that I hope in this fictional version of America, this fictional future, we are able to do.
In Orson Scott Card's Empire, discover a nightmarish but very plausible scenario in which dangerous rhetoric and bloodshed lead to the death of the American dream.